Hi everyone, my name is Rachel and I'm the founder of Nanoo Limited. We originally started with the goal of helping families find after-school childcare. However, in the current times, nobody is at school, but we'd still love to help families and children of all ages. So I'm going to start a little series of videos where I do some creative stuff, some educational stuff, and also some things for older, maybe teenage age children, because obviously they've been told the exams are cancelled, maybe thinking, what am I going to do with myself? So I'm going to start today though with some activities for maybe some younger children, but obviously adults, older children can take part in these. I mean, I'm 23 and I'm going to make some lovely crafts. I love doing this for the children that I look after. We spend a lot of time making crafts out of different materials we have in the home, and we're all stuck here, and I've just picked some things out of my recycling which I've cleaned, and hopefully this will give you some entertainment for a couple of hours. So the first thing we're going to make is some binoculars, which is great for if you want to do an at-home safari. So what to do is you need 2 toilet roll holders. Now we all know the toilet roll issue. If you don't have toilet roll holders though, I just cut up some wrapping paper tubing, or like the inside of kitchen foil will also do, just anything that can give you these cylindrical shapes. And then what you want to do is you want to stick them together, which is very simple. But you can, before you stick them together, colour them in. So if you want to, you could wrap them in paper and colour them in pencil, or you could use kind of thick markers or Sharpies if you've got older children, just to colour these in. And then you can use tape, or you could use glue if you've got it. I'm just going to stick mine together with tape for now because I might use these for some other bits and bobs. So once you've stuck those together, I don't think all that tape's going to be enough, to be honest. Once you've stuck those together, there we go, you've got some little binoculars, which are quite nice to look through. Now, if you've got younger children and you don't want them to like throw them about or stuff like that, you could put 2 little holes in there, which you can make with pencils, and you could put string around there so they can hang it around their necks. Now, I don't have any string in my house right now, so I'm not going to do that. So you could decorate these, you could stick glittery things on them, anything you've got in your home would be quite nice. And then what you can do, if you're a parent of a child or maybe an older sibling, you can set up an in-house safari. So you can get some teddies. I still have some teddies, which is very nice. And then what to do is kind of hide them in places. So I've hidden my teddies. So I'm going to get my binoculars and I'm going to take a look. So let's see what we've got. So, oh, you can see one having a nap. Oh, and there's another one. 2 of them having a nap. Let's keep going. Oh, where are we gonna see? Oh, there's one hiding behind the door there. Not a very comfy place to hide. Let's keep going. Oh, little hedgehog in my bag, obviously ready to go out if you need. That looks like a comfy hiding place. Where else? Any on my bookshelf? Oh, there's a little Aura teddy hiding behind the sun cream. Oh, sorry, I don't think we're gonna get some sun cream for a while. There we go, that's my first make of some binoculars. You can really have some fun with these. Use them in whatever you want to, and obviously it can be used as a safari. So the next thing I'm going to make, which is quite cool, is a robot. Now what you need for a robot is a juice bottle. Now it has to be kind of long. You can maybe use a milk bottle, anything you've kind of got really that's a similar shape to this and that has a lid. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to wrap your bottle completely in tin foil so it gets that kind of robot look. So here we go, I've wrapped my juice bottle completely in tin foil. The good thing about this crate is that you don't need any sticky bit for this, but you can just get a tin foil and wrap as much as you like. Obviously you don't want to use up too much tin foil. If you're stuck with the bottom bits like this, you just kind of push them into each other. So like this bit, I just kind of tucked it in here, and I didn't need to use any tape. I can just kind of squish it together, which is quite nice if you don't want to use any glue or sellotape. So we've got, oh, that just fell off. We've got the body here, so we'll just put that down for now. And now we're going to make the head. So this is where you need your bottle cap, and you're going to do the same thing that you did with the body. You're going to wrap it in tin foil, just kind of wrap it around a couple of times. So you've got that lovely shape. So there we go. We've got a little head here. Now, the fun thing about this is you're going to make an eye for it. So you're going to need to get some paper. What you're going to do next is you're going to get some paper and draw around this. It doesn't have to be perfect because you don't want it exactly the same size. You maybe want it slightly smaller. So there we go. I've got my eye now, and you can decorate this however you want. So you can give it a classic robot eye. You can give it a pixelated eye. Here is my eye. I've gone for kind of making it look a little bit like an eyeball, but also making it look like a robot's eye. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to chop out the eye. Now again, this is great because it doesn't have to be exact. We want it slightly smaller than our bottle cap. There we go, mine's all cut out. And then we want to get our bottle cap, and on the flat bit we want to stick this down so we've got our lovely eye shape. Get some tape, fold it over, and then I'm going to stick my little eyeball on. So there we go, I've got my little robot's eye. And then what you're going to do is you're going to, if you've got covered it like I have, you're going to kind of, with your nail or with some scissors, you're going to cut that open so that it's all opened up. So this is what he's gonna look like. And then it can sit in there like that if you're just going to use it as an ornament. But if you want to play with it, the second you move it, it's gonna fall off. So just secure it, just use some tape, use some glue, whatever you've got, and just secure that in there. So there we go, my robot's got his little eye now and he's all ready to go. So the next thing you can do is, this is kind of up to you, it's the creative bit of it, so we're now going to decorate his body. So I would say the best thing you could do is maybe find some little arms, so that could be string if you wanted a wibbly wobbly robot, it could be pipe cleaners, it could be just some pencils, but quite hard to cut through the plastic, so harder but a little bit of a challenge for you. And then you can use the rest of your paper to make some panels for him, so some buttons. You could say what he is. He could be a cleaning robot to help you clean up your bedroom. He could be a fun robot. He could be a TV watching robot. So I want to see all the robots that you guys have created and what kind of robots you've created and how you've made these your own robots. So post on my Facebook, leave a comment, make your own little video. Love to see those. So the next crate we're going to make is a car. So for this, depends how big you want your car to be. You can make it as big as a cereal box. You can make it as small as just like a little cardboard box. I bought some tea yesterday, very important. So I'm going to use a tea box, and then you're going to need an egg box. So first thing you want to do is separate this egg box so you've got your different parts. So grab your scissors and chop the head off. This is going to fall already. We've got our two different boxes. So this is going to be the top of your car. As you can see, it kind of fits. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take the top bit off of this, disconnect those, so I've just got the bottom of the box that I can see inside of it. And then what I'm going to do is pop this on top. Now it fits kind of, not exactly, so you could do some chipping and chopping depending on what you want to do. I'm just going to stick mine down. So got my two bits for my car. I've got the top and the body of the car. So we just want to stick those together to make sure they don't come apart. There we go, I've got my little car almost all ready to go. He's just a spaceship right now. You could stop there if you just wanted a spaceship. But the next thing that I am going to do is I am going to give it some wheels. So again, toilet roll holder, or for me I've got this large tube, and you're just going to cut, if you've got a toilet roll, you maybe want to cut it in half, but you want to kind of get decent size wheels. You can make them whatever size you want, so I'm going to go for maybe about that big. Now it's quite hard to cut this. You want to hold on to one end, keep your hand not too close to the scissors. Maybe if you're younger, get an adult to do this for you. There we go. So you need to do that 4 times and try and make them as similar size as you can. So if you've got one, measure up to your tube get a thick pen and draw a little mark so you know where to cut. Here we go, I've got my 4 wheels for my car, and so I'm going to grab the box. Now, depending on how you want to use it, if you would like it to run along, your best bet is to stick them on the side so that they can still run along. Or if you're kind of wanting it as an ornament or anything like that, stick them on the bottom. So I'm going to stick mine on the bottom because you can't see me driving this around. I think it's a bit small for me, even though I am only 5'4". So here we go, my little car has some wheels on it now, so he can travel about. Obviously, throughout any of these stages, colour these in, put paper over them, make it what you want to. I'm just doing the bare bones for you guys to give you some ideas. The final bit you can do is with the bottom of the egg box. I'm just going to put in there. And you can cut these out to make people. So it's really quite difficult to cut these, so I definitely would recommend getting an adult or older, if you're an older child, helping your little sibling out. So they're particularly difficult to chop, so what you want to do first, if you want to cut down the middle of these, so there we go. So as you can see, started to come apart there. So what you can do is kind of rip it. So it comes down there. So there we go, my first one has come off. So you rip that bit, then you've obviously got the big bit in the middle that's in the way. So you want to chop all the way, again not making sure your fingers aren't in the way, just ripping. It is cardboard, it should come apart, so there we go. Chop the same as you did the first time down in between those two, and then you want to come up to the top of the inside bit, and there you go, you should just come off like that. So there we have our first little person. Now you want to make sure he's going to sit nicely in your car, so you maybe want to chop this back bit off. What you can do is you can give him or her some accessories. So obviously draw a little face on. There we go, very happy to be going in the car. And then if you've got some cotton wool, you can give them some hair or some string or anything you've got. You can give them maybe some a makeup look or anything like that. Make your people as exciting as you want. So once you've got your little person all done, you can stick him either at the front or on top so that he can ride in your lovely car. So I'd love to, again, like the robots, see what you guys have made, how you've made it your own. Did you make a spaceship? Did you make a car? You could add a million wheels. You could have a truck, a tractor, if you could have a nice maybe tall box. Let me see what you guys are making. Now the final thing I'm going to make is a little bit more fun. We're going to make a cardboard game. So for this you're going to need a cereal box and some of your toilet roll or cardboard tubes that you've made. Now the best thing you can do is have different things of different sizes. So maybe if you've got some kitchen rolls, some taller ones, the wheels of our car, you can have some shorter ones to make it a bit more difficult. The first thing you want to do is cut some holes in your cereal box so that the tubes are going to fit in. So you want to get your tube and measure it up to your cereal box. With your marker, you are just going to draw around the tube. So you have drawn around your tube. Next thing you're going to do is cut it out. And you do not want to cut all the way down to the bottom. You just want to cut this top bit off. So you're going to get your scissors. Now again, if you're a younger child, please ask an adult to do this, or an older child. And you're going to pick any bit on your circle and just stab directly in. So you want to make sure the scissor is facing away from you and just push down. Not all the way through though. See, I didn't push too hard, so we've not gone all the way through. So that you have a little hole, and then from there it's much easier to cut around. If you don't feel comfortable doing that with scissors, pick a sharp object like some pencil. There we go, I've cut my first hole out, and I'm going to put my toilet roll in my hole. Now it might not fit first time, mine luckily has. So there we go, so we've got our first little hole. What you want to do now is you want to cut out a couple more holes, put a couple more tubes in, maybe have them short, maybe have them long, maybe have no tube at all if you want it to be a little bit easier. And then what you're going to do is, if you have a ball, that's great, but if you don't have a ball, get some tin foil, get a nice big wad out, and make a ball. So you can make the ball as big as small as you want. If the ball is smaller, it might be slightly easier, but if the ball is bigger, a little bit harder. You've got to make sure though it goes through the toilet roll. So then what you can do is, once you've made your lovely game, maybe make it as fancy as you like, use different sizes of toilet rolls to make it easier and harder. you can put it somewhere. So you want to put your box somewhere, and then you can practice throwing it in. I would be here all day tomorrow trying to do this. If you want to make it a little bit harder, you can get a sibling to move, or a parent to move very slowly side to side while you try and get the tin foil in. So I hope you've all enjoyed that creative video. Hope it's given you some ideas of stuff to do. I really enjoyed making it. I miss making stuff with kids and listening to their wacky ideas of all the things we can create. So I've tried to take some of the things I've made with kids, things I've thought of. I would love to see your creations once you've made them. Make me a car, a spaceship, a robot. Make me something, show me how creative you can be. Post it on the Facebook page. Nanoo is what we're called. And then I'll share some. I would love to see your videos of you playing the cardboard box game with your little tinfoil balls. That would be amazing to see. I'll share all of those as well. I'm hoping to make a couple of these videos a week to try and keep everyone entertained. The next video I'm planning to do is how to write to a care home, kind of ideas of what people can write to them. Obviously they've been quarantined for a little bit longer than us now, so it'd be great to send them some stuff, and I'll tell you how to do that, some ideas of what you can include to them, and how to email or forward them on. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye!